Hello. So that was a interesting experience. Earlier, I went live, and like 3 seconds in, literally, my mom decided to call me, and it was hilarious. I had to just shut down everything and go and talk to my mom. But now I'm back, and I am going to read one chapter each of two books. The first one I'm going to read is called The Sickle by Anita Agnihotri, and it's translated by Arunava Sinha. And it's a story. It's translated from Bengali, and it's a fiction, and it's a story about uh, a place called Marathwada in Maharashtra. And I'm intrigued. Why was it written in Bengali if it is about Marathwada? I'm very intrigued why it was like that. Mm, Western Maharashtra, yeah. So I have the book, and it's available on Kindle Unlimited. So that is a good, interesting thing. You can just get it for free, not for free, but if you have the membership, then you don't need to worry about it. So I will read the first chapter. I don't know how much time will it take me to read it, but I will, let's say, I will read for 20 minutes, and then I will talk to you, and meanwhile I'll just play a random music track for you. I don't know how to do this, but let's try it. And let me know if you join me. Let me know what you are reading in the live comments. uh, I see one person is has joined. Hello, whoever that is. I'm really happy that you are here. And let me know in the comments what book you are reading with me. And let's start the reading sprint. Just 20 minutes though. And if you have any questions for me or anything, just put them down in the comments. Let's start. Okay. So I don't know if anybody is watching. I don't think anybody is watching, but I am about 5% through this book called Sickle by Anita Agnihotri. It was originally written in Bengali and then translated from Bengali to English by Arunava Sinha. And it's about people who are laborers in sugarcane fields whose harvest sugarcane to be sent to the mills where sugar was manufactured. And these are the people who live in a region called Marathwada in Maharashtra, uh, where I am from Maharashtra, but I am from a city called Pune, which is not as tough on its luck when it comes to the weather. In Marathwada, the rain is really, really unpredictable, and there is a drought. Uh, many, many times, farmers cannot produce any agricultural produce because there is no water in their farm, so they can't work there. So they have to go and work in neighboring regions in the same state to harvest the sugarcane, and there is a sort of a curved knife sort of a thing, like which they use to cut the sugarcane, and it's called koita in Marathi, but it's called sickle, and that's the name of the book, the sickle. And there are these middlemen who are very exploitative, and they pay these laborers prepaid, like in advance, to book them for the harvest, and all the harvest will is going to end up in the mills to manufacture sugar. And these people are just like treated very badly because they are paid very low wages. The locals who live in that area where the sugarcane fields are located, they don't want that low wages, that low of wage per whatever day or something, and they don't want to work there. They just the region where these farms are located, they are pretty rich in terms of sugarcane and dairy farms and stuff like that. So they don't need to work in at such low wages. But these people who are suffering from drought and do not have other work, they have no other option but come here. And there is one such woman called Terna, and we learn from her point of view that she is kind of trying to sleep, trying to take rest in her shanty, like a little kind of shed, and there is no lock, no door to it. And there are these men who are predators who want to assault women who are like sleeping in those shanties, the workers who work in the sugarcane fields. And mostly they are in the gang of the middlemen or mukadams who control the advanced payments to these laborers. Otherwise, if they were to be paid after the sugarcane was harvested completely, and then the mills paid them at the end of the season, then they would starve. So they had to be prepaid by these people, and there was not much one could do if the Mukadam came and like had their way with these people. And that's what had happened to this woman Terna when she was younger, when she was married not for a very long time, in the beginning days where she went to work in the fields. And the book starts in a very brutal way. There is like a lot of brutal reality that has been told, which we hear something on news and we know people are going through a very rough time, but I don't think we can grasp the horrible reality that they actually go through. Uh, I'm like, I don't know. I'm really intrigued. but I don't know if I want to read any more right now. I'm little bit it's little bit too heavy. I want to read this book for sure. I have just started this and it's like 5% in, and I the first chapter will end probably like at 11% or 12%, but I don't think I will read that far right now. I will take a little breather, and then we will start the next book. For the next books, try a chapter thing, which is Masala Lab by Krish. I think their name is Krish Ashok, and that's a little bit more cheerful. I don't know if I want to read this doom and gloom. I have ordered a physical copy of Masala Labs, and it will come to me maybe in couple of days. But I have also downloaded a sample on my Kindle so that I can read and try a chapter. So let's do that. Let's start with Masala Lab, the science of Indian cooking. Uh, Let me read the synopsis for you. Ever wondered why your grandmother threw a tea bag into the pressure cooker while boiling chickpeas, or why she measured using the knuckle of her index finger? Why does a counterintuitive pinch of salt make your kheer more intensely flavorful? What is the Maillard reaction, and what does it have to do with fenugreek? What does your high school chemistry knowledge, or what you remember of it, have to do with perfectly browning your onions? Masala Lab by Krish Ashok is a science nerd's exploration of Indian cooking with the ultimate aim of making the reader a better cook and turning the kitchen into a joyful, creative playground for culinary experimentation. Just like memorizing an equation might have helped you pass an exam but not become a chemist, following a recipe without knowing its rationale can be a suboptimal way of learning how to cook. Exhaustively tested and researched, and with a curious and engaging approach to food, Krish Ashok puts together the one book the Indian kitchen definitely needs, proving along the way that your grandmother was right all along. I like I like that. I like follow this person on Instagram, and they have a really witty way of giving you some fun facts and some little like quiz kind of knowledge or trivia knowledge. So let's start this book. I am going to read again for 20ish minute. Let me type that in the live chat. Reading Masala Masala Lab by Krish, a show for 20-ish minutes. Okay, let's start. Let me put on that music for you again. Hello, whoever has joined. We are reading for another maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll talk about the book I'm reading. Let me know what you are reading. Okay, so I have read the sample part of the book, and it's by Krish Ashok, who is an engineer, and I think he studied electronics engineering, but he works as a software engineer, and he is not a chemist, or he's also not a chef, but he knows a thing or two about chemistry that people have to use while cooking. And he has a problem with the notion that Indian cooking is more craft, more art than craft. He thinks it's craft, and he thinks you can hone it, you can learn it, you can use it as a scientific knowledge if you noted it down, or if it is not just passed from generation to generation in oral tradition, but also written down and recorded properly. Indian cooking is also something that people can do with a little more ease, rather than just having the sense of like the sense that somebody needs to have, or the magic in their hands to cook something tasty. It's just science. And he's also not very happy with exotic, how Indian food is portrayed to be very exotic, and he wants to de-exoticize Indian food and turn it more into uh, a science, basically chemistry and things that people can learn and apply them in the kitchen, like their mothers, or our mothers or our grandmothers learned it through experience of cooking for years and years and years. And that is little bit, that is organic, that is lovely, that is nice. And that's why your mom's cooking can sometimes be so magical that it's impossible to recreate. There is a sentimental value to it, and there is spirituality behind it, which is still okay. But he thinks that it's not just that. There is little bit more to it, and there is science behind it. There are different chemical reactions that happen when cooking, and we have so many different spices and so many different ingredients, and the Indian cuisine is so varied and so different that it's a very big topic to explore and experiment with. And this is what he does in this book. Like, first, I think first chapter is all about pressure cooking. In India, it's very usual to have a pressure cooker at home. We make rice and lentils pressure cooked, and it's a pretty much a staple in India, and we use it for a lot of other things. And apparently the first chapter is all about pressure cooking, and the knowledge that apparently is available on the blogs and stuff about pressure cooking is garbage according to this author. And in this book it apparently shows a little bit more, or a little bit more in depth, and uh, beyond the pseudoscience sometimes that you see on WhatsApp groups. I really like that this author is condemning people on WhatsApp who spread misinformation about food, like something chemical and something to this and to that, and not very natural or organic. Indian food is just as technique as the spirituality or as the art of cooking. And it's really interesting what this person is trying to do, and I'm really intrigued. So I'm probably going to read this also this month, and I'm going to read both of these books for Discover India Readathon, and I will link something in the description, and you can check it out. The hashtag, I think you can check it out. And there are I think this readathon is created by two or three bookstagrammers on Instagram, and I think one of them is called the Bookish Tales, I think, and the another one is called Why Reads or something like that, if I'm not remembering incorrectly. And I think this is the sixth or seventh time they are organizing this readathon, where they have different prompts, and this year's prompts are, I think, book written by an author who was born before 1947. That is the year when India got its independence. And then the second prompt is book or books that have been adapted into TV series or movies or plays or something like that. And that is another prompt. And there are some bonus prompts. One is books that have been written in your mother tongue. So India has a lot of regional languages. Mine is Marathi, my native tongue, and any book from your mother tongue, either in original or in English translation. It's up to you what type of book, what how you want to read it. And the last bonus prompt is book nominated or long listed or short listed for an Indian Literary Award. And yeah, so I'll be reading both of these, plus I'll be reading The Mistress of Spices by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni, and that also is like spices. Masala means spices in Hindi. So that, like, two spices book, spicy, not spicy, but they are related to spice. And this one is non-fiction, that one is fiction. I have already started reading it 50 pages through, and I'm really loving the mystical side. This is exactly opposite, quite dry and scientific. So I'm really interested in, like, reading them one after another or simultaneously even, and trying to figure out if Indian food is more art and spirituality and mysticism and exotic thing, or it's more chemistry and science. And tell me what you are reading next month. I mean, from tomorrow, August, and I would be interested to know, like, leave them in the comments or whatever to tell me if you are participating in this readathon, if or any other readathon like Garb August is coming up, and then there is Women in Translation month. So that I'll be reading some books for that as well. So now it's right on the dot, 1 hour. This is my first live stream, and I think it was fun. I might do these again, but for now, thanks for watching. Bye and subscribe.